Guys, before we start the video here in Manga Mono, you can find the best anime recap, and now let's get started. Anime begins with Nala, who has a mischievous grin on her face after successfully trapping the dark elf, Elda.
おい、見たかよ、ミズリ。こいつ、女みたいな声出して言ってたぜ。
Yuichi, standing nearby, worries that Elda will escape easily, but Nala assures him that she has a plan to keep her occupied. She announces that Yuichi will hold Elda back by forcing her into a karaoke session. Elda, who got caught off guard, whines and pleads to be set free. Yuichi, however, approaches her with his holy sword ready for action. He raises the holy sword up to her face, signaling her to showcase her karaoke skills. Without hesitation, Elda goes on to sing. Mesmerized by her voice, Yuichi soon releases his holy juice to help her rehydrate. Nal, who is watching from the side with a smirk, points out that Elda isn't worn out yet. She encourages Yuichi to continue and not let up just yet. Feeling a bit awkward, Yuichi apologizes to Elda and urges her to sing more songs. Though a bit tired, Elda admits she wishes Yuichi was performing domain expansions with her instead. Despite this, she doesn't mind the karaoke session too much. She finds herself liking it, especially since she needs Yuichi's holy juice to keep her going. Just as Elda thinks about it, Yuichi quenches her thirst with more of his holy juice, causing her to release golden showers from her pearly gates. Later that day, Elda finds herself imprisoned, her hands gripping the cold steel bars as she shouts to be let go. Yuichi approaches her cell. Elda, seeing him, brightens up and looks at him with hopeful eyes. She begs to be set free, complaining that she's bored and restless in her cell. However, Yuichi, with a heavy heart, tells her he can't let her go. Elda pouts, but then shows a mischievous glint in her eyes. She begins opening her pearly gates, making it clear that she desperately wants Yuichi's holy sword to charge in and cleanse her with his holy juice. Determined to get what she wants, Elda unequips her gear, revealing her true form. She positions herself so that her pearly gates are accessible for Yuichi through the steel bars. Yuichi, struggling with his resolve, can't help but give in to Elda's needs and readies his holy sword. As Yuichi prepares for entry, Elda releases cultural sounds, a blend of ancient melodies and raw emotions. Finally, as Yuichi's holy sword makes contact with her pearly gates, they begin their domain expansion. However, Elda, driven by a competitive spirit, suddenly becomes fiercer because she wants to prove herself. Yuichi, who is concerned, asks her to chill out and take it easy. However, Elda suddenly becomes sad and with a voice filled with longing and vulnerability, tells Yuichi that she has wanted that moment for so long. Yuichi, touched by her honesty, softens his approach. He realizes that beneath her tough exterior, Elda has been yearning for such a connection. He reassures her, promising that he can become her partner, and they can take their time and relish the moment. Meanwhile, in the dense, shadowy woods, Delva's voice echoes through the trees as she shouts for Nala to reveal herself. She demands Elda's return, her frustration growing with each passing moment. Suddenly, Nala appears, stepping out from the shadows with Yuichi by her side. Nala smiles arrogantly and refuses to give Elda back easily. It's clear her mind is already spinning with another mischievous idea. Delva is not one to back down, so she proposes a contest in exchange for Elda's freedom. She suggests a challenge to see who can perform a better domain expansion with Yuichi. Delva demands Nala bring out the finest lady from her village to compete against her. To her surprise, Nala, who is smirking with confidence, is the one ready to take on the role herself. Later that day, Delva stands in a clearing, her laughter filling the air as she expects Lucy or Phyrus to show up. She thinks Nala is underestimating her, clearly assuming she has no chance against her. However, a determined Nal declares that she wants to face the Dark Elf General herself. She is ready to fight Delva with all her power and eager to prove her strength. Suddenly, Nol transforms and takes on a more mommy-looking form. She takes the initiative to go first and prepares Yuichi's holy sword for their domain expansion. Nol opens her pearly gates to him, and Yuichi reaches heaven. In the middle of their domain expansion, Nol suddenly shifts back into her original form once Yuichi releases some of his holy juice. Noel cries out as her pearly gates suddenly experience damage because of the fierce attacks of Yuichi's holy sword. She asks Yuichi to take it easy, but Yuichi can't help it and continues to explore her pearly gates. Soon enough, Yuichi blesses her with more of his holy juice, causing Noel to release cultural sounds. Delva then takes her turn, ready to prove to Noel that she's better. Delva and Yuichi practice their CPR skills as Delva welcomes his holy sword into her pearly gates. Yuichi desperately asks Delva for a short break, but Delva doesn't care and continues, saying she's been yearning for their domain expansion. Nala joins in and encourages Yuichi, but Delva gets annoyed at her and tells Nala that it's her turn with Yuichi. Nell criticizes Delva's movements during their domain expansion, commenting that it's sloppy. Nal, with a playful grin, taunts Delva, implying that she is merely giving Yuichi a hard time with her performance. Embarrassed and furious, Delva curses at Nala and steps up her efforts, receiving positive feedback from Yuichi. Yuichi, thinking the contest is finally over, begins to relax. However, Delva insists that she deserves the same treatment as Noel, who received Yuichi's holy juice twice. She continues with unwavering determination to match Noel's experience. As Delva focuses on impressing Yuichi, Nala decides to pull a trick from her sleeve. While Yuichi's holy sword explores Delva's pearly gates, Nala uses her magical karaoke skills. Her enchanting melodies fill the air, adding another layer to the cultural exchange. The combined feel of Delva's pearly gates and Nala's magical karaoke overwhelms Yuichi. The contest concludes with a newfound respect and understanding between Nal and Delva. Despite their fierce competition, they share a moment of fellowship. The elves are inspired to sign a treaty, solidifying peace among themselves. With the treaty in place, all of Yuichi's ladies, including the Dark Elves, Delva, Elda, and Misery, decide to move into his cabin. The thought of managing a harem of such powerful and determined ladies makes Yuichi worried about what's to come. The next morning, Yuichi finds Lucy dressed in a nurse outfit. The sight catches him off guard, and he thinks her costume is a little bizarre. However, Lucy assures him with a warm smile that she'll take good care of him. She approaches him with a gentle touch, her twin personalities working in harmony as they begin applying a soothing salve to his holy sword. The cool, healing magic spreads through Yuichi, and he relaxes, appreciating Lucy's dedicated care. Later that night, Evelyn enters Yuichi's room. She's dressed in a maid outfit given to her by Cyrus, who explained that the attire is traditional for attendants caring for their master. Evelyn approaches Yuichi, explaining the significance of the maid outfit and her role in caring for him. She begins her meticulous care with a series of gentle tasks, ensuring his comfort and well-being. As a reward for her excellent care, Yuichi blesses Evelyn with his holy juice. Yuichi has another surprise waiting for him when he finds Nal and Cyrus sometime later, their pearly gates ready and waiting for him. The sight is unexpected, and curiosity gets the best of him. When Yuichi asks Noel what she has up her sleeve, she explains with a mischievous smile that she found a spell to enhance their domain expansion. Intrigued, Yuichi watches as magical numbers appear on Nal and Cyrus. These numbers indicate how many times each will release holy water during their enhanced domain expansion. Yuichi prepares to take turns with both elves. He approaches Noel first, feeling the warmth and readiness of her pearly gates. With careful precision, he begins their domain expansion, making sure to heed the magical numbers guiding their progress. After ensuring Noel is well cared for, Yuichi turns his attention to Virus. Her pearly gates are equally inviting, and Yuichi dives in with the same dedication. The numbers continue to glow, marking their journey through the domain expansion. Virus, like Noel, responds intensely, her releases of holy water matching the magical count. Yuichi alternates between Noel and Virus, making sure each girl gets the same amount of holy juice shipment. As he returns to his cabin, Yuichi finds Misery and Elda, who are both waiting to be blessed by his holy juice. The sight leaves him momentarily speechless, the exhaustion from earlier giving way to renewed energy. Yuichi pushes himself to continue on until both of the girls are blessed. He gathers his strength and prepares his holy sword, entering Misery's pearly gates. Elda complains and wants her turn, prompting Yuichi to take care of both of them until they receive their fill of his holy juice. Tired from the non-stop domain expansions, Yuichi steps outside for some fresh air. He encounters Delva, who points out that Yuichi looks tired from all the events that happened earlier. Delva confesses that one of her spells can amplify a person's vitality. If she were to use it on Yuichi, it would increase the amount of his holy juice during their domain expansion. She asks Yuichi if he's interested in trying, and he accepts her offer. Delva activates the spell, and almost instantly, Yuichi begins to glow with a vibrant red aura. The energy surges through his body, revitalizing him and causing his holy sword to perk up with newfound vigor. Seeing Yuichi struggle to manage his now energized holy sword, Delva offers her assistance. She asks him to think of an outfit he wants her to wear to help him relax so she can transform into it. Yuichi's mind wanders for a moment, and eventually he envisions a female professor. In an instant, Delva's outfit magically changes to match what he wants. She immediately gets to work, using her exceptional karaoke skills to sing and calm Yuichi's holy sword. Yuichi, who is deeply grateful for Delva's assistance and her outstanding performance, gives her a hefty dose of his holy juice as a sign of sincerity. The next morning, Yuichi finds himself booked and busy as Zelda, Lucy, and Delva line up beside each other, their pearly gates ready for the blessing of Yuichi's holy sword. Determined to care for each one, Yuichi wastes no time and begins with Zelda. He enters her pearly gates with confidence, ensuring she feels the full extent of his holy sword's power. Elda responds with cultural sounds, and soon Yuichi blesses her with a generous amount of his holy juice. Without missing a beat, Yuichi moves on to Lucy. Her eagerness matches his fierceness, and their domain expansion is fluid and precise. Lucy's pearly gates welcome his holy sword, and she soon receives his holy juice and ends up glowing with contentment. Next in line is Delva, awaiting her turn with anticipation. Yuichi approaches her with equal dedication, ensuring her experience is fulfilling. Delva's pearly gates respond eagerly, and after a passionate appreciation session, she too receives the blessing of his holy juice. Yuichi's work doesn't stop there, as Evelyn, Null, Virus, and Misery wait for their turn. With the strength of his holy sword, he gets to work with all the elves, making sure they all receive their daily dose of his holy juice. Despite getting tired after taking care of 7 elves every day, Yuichi vows to keep the elves happy. And guys, please, in the end, don't forget to support us with a like for the video, and algorithms say you will like these videos.